Mythropool is a fantasy newspaper that will be released every month, and it's about the world of Terra, where all the mythical creatures we know, but we also not yet know, live together in one big world, one big society, no borders. Everybody lives together. They once lived among the humans 2,000 years ago, but for their own reasons and discrimination towards them, they decided to flee from Earth and find their own world to inhabit, and that is Terra.
Welcome to the Mythropool podcast. This is our first Mythropool podcast, so welcome, you guys. We welcome you to our podcast studio. It's a little makeshift studio.
But that's how we work.
That is how we work. Everything is DIY and does not cost a lot of money.
No,
and this was already here, so...
And also let us apologize for our English.
Yes.
We are from Belgium. If there are people who listen and not coming from Belgium, we are from Belgium. So that's why we are doing this in English, because we have some readers or some people interested in Mythropool from around the world. So that's why we decided to do this in English.
Yeah, absolutely. We also write it in English, and that's less embarrassing than actually speaking English. But we will assure you our English will get better if we will get more successful, I think, because the more people we talk to and the more we have to communicate in English, the better it will get, because we'll speak the language more.
All right.
So my name is Bo. My name is Bo Sels.
I am Josse. Josse
Yes.
the Maaskalk, very long name. So
Yes,
Josse
and,
or Josh is good.
It's very unpronounceable in English, I think. I'm very curious to how people will pronounce that.
Let's not try.
No, also tell me a little bit about yourself, because I know you like a brother, but the people at home don't.
So very short, we are both in the audiovisual world of TV and film in Belgium. And I recently started as a director of a TV program, fictional program. And yeah, I'm just a storyteller. I've written a book. I like to paint, although I didn't paint for the last 2 years. But yeah, that's a little summary of myself.
But he also has a big back catalog of paintings he still needs to sell. So if you guys are interested in some paintings that don't look like our visual style of Mythropool,
I ship around the world.
Yes, he does. But yeah, I'm also in the audiovisual sector. We both spent a lot of time on sets, but I am a crowd AD. I think that's what it's called in English. So what I do is direct and kind of babysit supporting artists or.
Extras.
Extras. They're also called extras, but I heard from some British actors that they're not called extras anymore. It's they think it's a disrespectful term, and I think that's a good evolution. But I'm also a screenwriter. I combine the two, and I recently wrote 2 episodes for a Belgian comedy show. So that's what I do. I also make podcasts, but
more importantly, the thing we did for the last year and a half, I think.
Yeah, let's say 2 years.
2 years, all right.
We have been brainstorming about this for quite a long time.
So what we did is we made the monthly fantasy newspaper Mythropool, and let's just give a small summary of what is Mythropool. Mythropool is a fantasy newspaper that will be released every month, and it's about the world of Terra, where all the mythical creatures we know, but we also not yet know, live together in one big world, one big society, no borders. Everybody lives together. They once lived among the humans 2,000 years ago, but for their own reasons and discrimination towards them, they decided to flee from Earth and find their own world to inhabit, and that is Terra. What are they doing now? They have a new, how do you say it, a new government in Terra.
Yeah, so there's like a new world leader called Hubertus Bordeaux.
And that new world leader decided 2,000 years has been long enough. Let's open up the gates and communications with and towards the humans again. And that will happen through this monthly newspaper.
So that's what happens in the first issue, and there's also an in-universe explanation for the existence of Mythropool. It is the main form of communication Terra uses to communicate with humans. So it's a newspaper written in English, so as many humans as possible can read it. And that's their way of like letting us know how their world works, what the differences are, and what's quite special about it, and what we notice even in the first issue is that their world is not that different from ours. No. They know the same conflicts. They thought they could create a society without discrimination and with a peaceful coexistence of multiple species, and it hasn't really worked that well. So this is a story about characters who are trying to navigate that world and try not to repeat the mistakes of the past, but with the arrival of Hubertus Bordeaux, a lot of things are changing, and not everything is changing for the better. So every character, every journalist, every reporter who writes in Mythropool has a different opinion about these changes. Like people, humans that are welcome in Terra. Some people think that's amazing. Some people think that's not a good idea, and that's what we explore in the first issue mainly. What you see right now is the second issue that's available in stores right now, and I think in a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
2.5 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, the third one will also be available in stores and will be sent to our subscribers.
We will tell you which stores that are later in this episode. But so we will tell all kinds of stories throughout the articles. Like in the first edition, the gates to the human world are open. The second edition is more the first real response and reactions of mythans, that are the mythical creatures called in Terra. Their first reactions and experiences of those gates opening. Like Bo said, some are fully pro, some are totally against it. And will it cause for a better world? Will the communication and life with humans be a better life or not? That is something that evolves in the second edition more and more. But how do we tell those stories and articles? We, like a real newspaper, have a lot of how do you say it?
Articles?
Yeah, articles. I will say it in Dutch now. Rubrieken.
Segments.
We have a lot of different segments, just like a real newspaper. So we have the head news that is on the front page. We have some local news. We have some small articles like banalities that happen in the world. We also have an own sport we developed. So everybody who thinks about Quidditch or something, erase that from your mind. We have the coolest sport existing right now.
Absolutely. It's called Borfkal.
No, it's not called Borfkal, but that will also appear in Mythropool. No, it's called Kalemquaton. I will not go in details, therefore you will have to read the first issue.
Yes, I think. It is explained beautifully in the first issue because we have a whole sports segment like in a real newspaper. And we also expand upon that because there's a big World Cup coming. We're working towards that. It will also be announced in the first issue. So yeah, a lot of stuff happens in the world of sports, a lot of drama. Maybe it is the area in Terra where there is the most drama.
Maybe it is. It's more relatable to glitter and glamour segments of newspapers, I think, in Mythropool. What do we also have? We have the historian who tells some backstories about events happening or races living on Terra. We also have an odds and ads segment where literally the readers and the inhabitants of Terra just post something like Facebook, their own comment, and it is so. Yeah, it's really like Facebook. There's a lot of.
It's like a giant billboard. No, not a billboard, but like a bulletin board.
Yeah.
There are all sorts of ads. People, the Terrans, the Mythans, looking for something or trying to find something or venting their opinions. There's even a Belgian politician who tries to use another name to do a little hate speech.
Indeed. So that's a quick summary of what you can expect from Mythropool. Now I think it's a good time, Bo, for you to tease something about the upcoming third edition of our newspaper, the third issue that will appear in June.
Yeah.
So take it away, Bo.
I will. So in issue number 3, our world gets expanded once more, like it will every month, and there will be a new location. That we will introduce a new location called the submerged city of Ascanti. So there's a lake in the capital. The capital is our capital city of Terra. So they have a lake. It's called Ascanti Lake. And at the bottom of that lake, there's a huge city, like an underwater city. Think of Atlantis, but cooler. And there, our Sirenai species live. So our Sirenai are like
lake people and mermaids all together.
Yeah.
Sea folks.
Yeah, sea folks, or underwater folks.
Underwater,
because they can also they don't only live in salt water. But we have a segment called The Chronicler in our paper, and that's just a guy who was picked up on Earth, and he was asked to come to Terra and be guided around and report about his experiences. So at a certain point, he feels bored. He feels like he has seen it all, which he hasn't. That would be preposterous that he would have seen all of that world in 2 months. So he decides to take a trip to Ascanti, and there he meets a girl, the Sirenai girl, and it's kind of a romance story. It's like it doesn't do a lot for the main plot, but the characters who are introduced there will definitely return. Yeah. So that's a little thing from the third issue that I really enjoyed writing.
The things that I really enjoyed is that we had the main plot or main events happening in the first and the second issue. More and more are their tangles are spreading throughout all the other segments too. The main events start to have their consequences on all the other kinds of news like sports or even the small odds and ads. So the world is turning and the Terra is changing and it's more and more visible, and new characters will appear and will stir in the pots and shaken up some stories or shake up the history.
Yes, absolutely. So like every article has an impact on other articles, which is a form of storytelling we really like, and we really try to write something that feels like a living, breathing world, and we think that helps.
We write it also just because we seem that people need a way to escape reality, but also comprehend reality more. So it's like a contradiction, but that's exactly what we are trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. We try to mirror things that are happening in our world by telling stories in Terra, and by showing that in the end, Mythans or humans are the same. We thrive on conflict. We rarely have peace, and a lot of interesting things will happen in the future.
How that exactly will evolve, I can tell you it's promising.
Yes,
But
yes.
let's talk about how you can get your Mythropool. So first off, like we said, we have some few shops, not just a few shops. We have over 250 shops in Belgium where we sell every month our newest edition, like real newspapers. But like you hear, we only sell for the moment in shops in Belgium, but we are trying to expand this year to the rest of the Benelux, so the Netherlands, like we say. But we are also looking to expand to the UK because there's a big
a big market for it. I think
big market for fantasy and the kinds we write. So that's what we are trying to do. So that's one, you can buy it in the shop every month. Good to know when you are from Belgium and you want to buy it in the shops. Be sure to buy the edition of that month because the next month the old edition will leave the shops and then only the newest will be available. So if you want your issue from the shops, you really have to. You have a month the time to do it. So go and do it.
You have to go every month to stay up to date. But which is something that's way easier and also way cheaper for you, dear customer.
Dear customer,
you have an option on our website to subscribe, and if you subscribe during August, when we will release the 5th issue,
5th or 6th,
fifth, yeah. Sorry, it's a subscription for our first season. So our first season runs from April 2024 to the end of March 2025, which means that when you subscribe in August, you will get issue 1 through 5 in your mailbox.
We have a half yearly subscription, so that means if you subscribe indeed at the 5th edition, you will get everything before that, starting from number 1 until the 6th. And then you have to renew your subscription if you like Mythropool, but we expect you to.
yeah, we hope so.
And then we have the year subscription, and like Bo says, it runs until end of March 2025. And if you decide to get your subscription, then you will have all the previous 11 issues of that year of Mythropool. So subscription is way cheaper. If you get a year subscription, you will profit of it because you will receive 2 free issues, basically. You pay for 10, you get 2 for free. That's for the year subscription. So the subscription is just easier for you and cheaper for you. And we will elaborate. It's a bridge I'm making now.
Yes.
When you get your subscription, that means we work with artists. We ourselves technically are artists too, because we wrote every article in the newspaper. If you get your subscription, all the money goes directly to our artists working on it and ourselves. And what we will do with that money, of course, we have a future for Mythropool.
Yeah, we have big plans, but those plans will only be made possible by you guys.
Indeed, and one of those plans is let's talk about recent developments. We will.
Before we do that, I wanna give a special shout out to Felix Bosgaard.
Oh, Felix.
Our illustrator.
Love Felix.
He drew every single picture, every single illustration in every newspaper, and he will keep doing that for as far as we know. And we love his work. he's really talented. We're very, very lucky to have him in our team.
For the moment, he is drawing more than we have written.
Yeah,
He is further in his drawings than we are in the process of writing.
Yeah, which is amazing for us because when he gives us the illustration, we're like, now we have a lot of stuff to write about.
We give him ideas or small words how the illustration needs to look like because we have an idea of the article. That's now the case. He makes an illustration, but we haven't yet written the article. So new things appear for us that we can use in the article.
Yeah.
So it's
absolutely.
It's
and for the articles we have written, he draws inspiration from that to make his illustration. So either way, it's a very cool result. I think we haven't really had to tell him this is not good or this is not what we want, because he's always right on the money.
Indeed.
He's an amazing artist. Go follow him on Instagram. He also does a lot of other cool stuff. Our graphic design is closely curated by Inge Tange from the Maanstekerij, and our website is made by Stefan van Loon from the Maanstekerij. They are also very, very talented people, and we love working with them too.
Indeed. We have a beautiful team, and we hope we can hold them close.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe you will see Felix or Inge in the studio as a guest one of the following months. But what you were saying originally...
So we talked about the shops and the subscriptions possible, but we have noticed that some people, of course, have no shop where it is sold, where it is being sold close by. And we have heard that it is easier for them to buy it on our website. And another thing that we've heard, for the moment, we only have bank transactions to complete your purchase for the subscription. So the things we are now in close future are changing is basically our subscription options and selling buying options on our website. So we are looking for a new way for the transactions, so it's more easier for you, and we also will sell the single issues on our website, but we will keep the privilege of selling that month's issue for the shops. So the shops will have the newest edition in shop, but we will a month later sell the previous edition. So how do we need to explain this practically? Next month is the edition of June. That's the third edition. Third edition. But at the end of next month, we will open up the single issues on our website, and that means we will only have the first and the second available on our site.
And then a month later, when issue number 4 comes out, issue number 3 will be available on the website.
Yeah, we are all doing this just to make it more easy for you to follow the world and stories of Mythropool, and take your time. If you don't want a subscription, get your single issue from us. All to make it more easier for you.
Yeah, we really want this to be accessible. So people can just pick it up wherever, whenever, like they would pick up an actual newspaper. Relay stores, press shops.
Sorry. The shops where we the shops where we sell in Belgium are following.
Yes. So it is sold in the relay stores, in the press shops, and in Standaard Boekhandel, the big book.
Where you can find every literal work.
Yeah, exactly. So Standaard Boekhandel, if you live in Belgium, you know what that is. If you don't live in Belgium, then I think you don't have it. I think it's a Belgian company.
Maybe the Netherlands, but I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe also the Netherlands. But we're working to get Mythropool into as many stores as possible, so as many people as possible can find it and can discover they like it or they don't like it. we'll see.
And we also have some small independent collaborations. Like we also have the Mechanic strip in Antwerp. We have the World's End comic in Ghent. And we also have an ice cream bar in Schoten.
Yes, we do.
Mama Kalinka, very good ice cream.
They make amazing ice cream.
And very funny, but I really like it. We have an optician who is selling our newspaper, Nicolas Optiek in Schravenwezel.
Yes.
So that are the small collaborations who will also sell our newspaper. So we have now the recent developments talked about. But of course, like we said, we have a future for Mythropool, and we will make a sport out of it to every episode tease one big thing that will come in the near or far future.
Yeah.
And every development around it we will tease also, but not going in detail yet.
Yeah.
So what is the first thing, Bo?
What is the first thing? It's also an accessibility thing, and it's also a cool collector's item we will release at the end of our first season, so to say. It is a collection book. So after the first year of Mythropool, you will be able to buy a book in the format of Mythropool, the newspaper, so it will be it will be this format. It's about A3 format.
I don't know if that are the measurements of the UK, but it's like not printing paper, but a double of printing paper. We don't know the exact name in Britain or but that's what it will be. Newspaper size.
It will be a hardcover.
And
every issue of all of the 12 issues of the year will be collected in there with some extra bonus material, some sketches from Felix, some concepts we didn't use. So there will be enough new stuff for fans of Mythropool from day one to also be interested by the collectability of it. Like, you can put it in your shelf. It'll be quite beautiful because, of course, Felix will arrange the cover, and there will be enough to check out some new stuff. And it will also be the easiest way to experience Mythropool, because if you would be interested in our second season, so our second year, then it's quite handy to know what happened in the first one. So in that way, people can stay up to date throughout our different years.
Every year, of course, will be basically independent, but there will be some seeds planted in the year before that will be from. We will sum up what happened previously, but if you want a full and decent recap, of course, a subscription of the previous year or the collection book, like we said, will come in handy. And why it's like Bo said, it's for accessibility, but also we know not everybody has the opportunity or the ideal environment to get a subscription. So we think the collection book will be the perfect compromise to do this and get everybody on the train that Mythropool is. So that's the first big thing in the future that we will announce, and we just did it. That we just announced. So it will be. We don't know when it will be exactly available, but we will try to do this every year. So you can.
It'll probably be available
the first month of the second next season.
So
I think,
April
normally.
or May of 2025.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So that's actually everything we needed to say from ourselves, but
we got a few questions on our Instagram because we asked for them. We did a little Q&A, and we will answer those questions right now.
The point why we are doing this is we are building a world, so also a community. So a Q&A is just.
It's amazing.
We need it.
Yeah,
we just need it.
Then we know what people are wondering about, what questions people have, things we might have not been clear about in the past. So we will try to stay in communication with the people.
I'll do the first one if that's good.
Great.
So we will also give the handle of Instagram account that reacted. So it's also a friend of ours, Guus Bergans.
Yes, shout out to Guus.
Shout out. He asked us any ideas about fictional music, like bands from different species. I will start, but Bo will elaborate on that because he is up to date about it. Have you thought about it? Yes, of course.
Absolutely. It's a dream.
When we talk about, like, we will not drop names of other products or shows, but it's something with wands and spells. But when we talk about that, we ourselves directly connect the music to it, maybe more than the product itself. So it's for us, it's a matter of time, but it is really there, the idea, for sure. But Bo will elaborate.
Yes, there are conversations with people who are very good musicians and very good composers. I can't say too much about it because nothing is set in stone. But all I can say is the people who are working on it right now are very passionate, are doing it very passionately, and I think we're all on the same wavelength when we're talking about the music. There has been a very good meeting, but I can't say anything more because nothing has been said in stone.
Let's compare it with how we got Felix, our illustrator. There was never a proper meeting with him. We just drank some beers, and that was like the meeting, but he immediately was on the wagon with us.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
When there is no official meeting, that's enough for us. Let's say that. All right. Second question is from Mango Usual, if I pronounce it good, because I can't pronounce fruit names. I don't eat fruit. It's a question, and the third question, we have three questions, is kind of like this question: do you play D&D? My answer is short. Do I want to play it? Fuck yeah. Sorry for the F word. We can cut that. Do I play it? No, I have basically no time. But
I have played it once. So I'm doing a campaign with a couple of friends. It's like an introductory campaign. My name in the D&D game is Sammy Softhands. I'm a cleric, and I heal people.
I didn't know that.
Not
fully.
I hadn't told you before, but we're planning our second session right now. We have an amazing DM. His name is Casper Rijns. He's called Live Off the Cliff on Instagram and Twitter. I have played it before. I've also played Baldur's Gate, which is a huge inspiration for me, and we played together.
I watch
times.
On his bed, he plays.
That sounds a little weird. So let's say couch.
But Sammy Softhands doesn't sound weird at all. And then the third and last question is from Fred VDO. Fred Video. We know him. We
know him. He's a really nice guy.
And it's like the second question, but a little different. Do you like a D&D version? I will elaborate on that if that's good. We once started a not so successful Kickstarter campaign. But why we started it was because we saw many world building campaigns and very, very many D&D campaigns on Kickstarter, and we thought they are reaching a big audience. It's so popular. It's amazing. Everybody can make his campaign book, and people will buy it. So I think, would we like to do that? Yes. Are we talking about it? Maybe not yet, or not on the full extent, but I think Mythropool, the newspaper, has to be a start of a world that is cross-medial. So we have everything possibly made in the world of Mythropool. So I think we will talk about this later. But I think we both have ideas around D&D or something. So
Yeah. If I can say a little thing about that, to tease you guys a little bit, there are 3 things game-wise we're really interested in and we really like doing and playing. That's D&D, of course. Like you're playing Divinity Original Sin 2 right now.
I started, yeah, but the whole concept is cool.
Yeah. So you're also into that stuff.
I'm into that stuff. I just didn't have the time to test it out.
Yes, with a child and a wife and a house, that's a little less time to be available for D&D. But we're also very interested in video games. So that's also something we are thinking about. That's the only thing I'm saying about that. And we also love card games. Like we love TCGs, and we love world building within TCGs. So that's also something we are very interested in and have made inquiries about.
Basically, we just made Mythropool because we felt 12 years again, and everything we liked when we were 12 years is for a possibility for us to explore or to take seriously at this point in our life. So let it be a question to be continued. Let it be an answer, Fred, to be continued.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Let's end this episode here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the interest in Mythropool. And I just want to end. Do follow us. Like a virus, contaminate your friends.
Yes.
Because it's only possible with you guys to expand and explore the world of Mythropool at its fullest.
And also give us feedback because we write this every month on a pretty quick tempo. So anything you guys like or don't like or want to see or read or hear, just tell us. Our email, all our contacts are on the website. You can also follow us on Instagram, like Josse said.
TikTok also. So all those TikTok peeps.
Yes.
Follow us.
Absolutely.
We don't do dances. Maybe we will.
Yeah, maybe there will be a Dentari dance or something.
Oh la la.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
See you next time.
See you next time. Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.